Alright, and welcome everybody to the second game in the second round of Couch Cup 2023 here in the sunny town of Berkeley, California. Now, I have the honor of casting because I was able to win the first round against these opponents right here, which are Heaka in green, as always, playing as the Tatars, one of his favorite civilizations. So he really loves the flaming camels. He actually did a trip to Egypt to get up close to the camels recently, so he has stepped up his game in this regard quite a bit. Now in the blue we have Fredinovic, always a menace, already wrestling out 3 points from his opponents in the first round. And he is playing as the Britons, which is a very strong pick for him because he is an archer player. And then in the orange, almost not visible on the minimap because of the color, we have Jesse the Emperor playing as the Persians. And since we are playing on sudden death mode in this round, the Persians are actually pretty good because if you look at the HP of the town center, it's quite massive compared to the others. And then finally, we have a Food Please in the red playing as the Ethiopians. Also, pretty good pick here, pretty good archers. We're playing on Gold Rush. Is this actually how Gold Rush looks these days? Interesting. We got this rim and then a hill in the center. And of course, we got a lot of lions in the center as well. So, in terms of current standings, Food Please actually with 0 points after the first few games. So the pressure is on. He needs to deliver. If he cannot win this round, it's gonna be dire for him. Then he's gonna need to win another round and then risk it all. So far, very slow start as you would expect because the game mode is sudden death. So you cannot play too risky, otherwise you will just lose your town center. And in the first game we saw that the town center is just a liability. Someone can just come in and just snipe it away. So the best strategy is to have defensive castles and wall your town center. And you need to wall it far away because if you wall, for instance, here from the woodline to the berry, then the traps can just sit here and just kill it anyways. But I think that the players have learned that in the first game. So they will take their time, build up, wall their base, and then attack the opponents when they are ready. We're speeding up a little bit, because I'm a little bit behind, because I had to fix some audio issues. Not much happening anyways. We see some boar lures or elephant lures, some zebra pushing. We see the first little bit of maybe walling attempts here. And then we see Jesse also holding up very nicely. I think he was a little bit rusty in the beginning, but now he is really coming into the game, coming into his own. And now we're lifetime 2 minutes behind the players because we have 2 minutes spec delay. In terms of villagers, everyone is basically equal. Freddy 1 villager ahead, almost, well, maybe half a villager, but Jesse the Emperor holding up. Basically same villager number, so really we see the practice is paying off. He's playing much better. He almost won the first round as well, so I think Jesse the Emperor could actually finish this tournament with a great placement in the end. Fuplis is now in the score lead, but that's probably due to scouting. At some point you can just put your scout on auto scout and it will just run around the map and find everything, which is important in these free-for-alls. Although less important with the sudden death mode because you always need to stay close to your town center. So unfortunately there's one option that the Persians cannot do in this game mode, and that is the Persian douche, because if Jesse deletes his town center, he is out of the game. So not an option for him, but anyways, in a free-for-all setting, the douche is anyways suicide because you're just so far behind all the other players. Although in the final round it might even make sense because you can just take out the player that is most threatening to your own position in the standings. So Heaka now bringing in the rhinoceros. And he still has some food under the town center, still has a sheep left over. I think he has pushed in all the deer, so very nicely done. You see that the level is increasing even in the Couch Cup, because I think years ago no one would have pushed in all the deers on an open map like that. Jesse the Emperor even being the first to the feudal age. Maybe a little bit too quick, but probably he just wants to be able to defend from potential scout rushes. And I think that's something that players might want to do. Just do a little scout rush, keep him occupied, keep the Emperor small, so that he's not a menace and a threat like in the first game. Freddy already doing the chicken walling, very, very early chicken walling, but I actually like this from him, because the earlier you walled, the easier it is for you to grow your economy and then get up eventually to Imperial Age, to the composition that you want. And Freddy for sure wants to go for archers. Maybe he even wants to go for longbowman. With the 12 range, you can just sit outside the walls of your opponent and still snipe the town center just with archers. So that is definitely a possibility. Otherwise, they have werewolf traps that never miss their target. So really menacing composition here. Haka, on the other hand, he might want to go for Keshiks. Keshiks good against archers due to the base 3 pierce armor in the elite version. Of course, flaming camels, always an option, always fun. You could just send 5 flaming camels and kill your opponent's TC. I'm not sure how many it actually takes, but they do a surprising amount of damage. And contrary to petards, flaming camels are actually fast enough to reach the opponent's town center. So just a few flaming camels and you could snipe any opponent. So very, very dangerous here. Of course, flaming camels only available in Imperial Age after you research the unique tech Timurid Siegecraft. Now, Fuplis Ethiopians have very good siege. The torsion engines, bombard cannons, very strong. I just think he's a little bit outshined maybe by the other civilizations, because you have 12 range archers from the Britons, you have the flaming camels, but still he has the faster firing archers, so there's still a lot that Fuplis can do. You never should count out Fuplis, even if he has 0 points so far. Now, Jesse the Emperor has the new and improved Persians, so the Persians got buffed recently quite a bit actually, so they also got a new unique paladin upgrade, the Savar, which is extremely strong. They also got an upgrade to the Era Castles, which now fire bullets if you do the unique tech, which is also a very strong defensive option. So if you have a castle here with a new upgrade, it's very hard to break. Otherwise, we see Wall City. Fuplis, for my taste, maybe walling a little bit too small, although those are not walls, those are just random houses in a checkerboard pattern, interlaced with idle villagers. Looked like a wall on the minimap. Akka also starting to wall, has some small walls on the wood line, so everyone's scared. And that's the thing about the sudden death mode, everyone's super scared, no one dares to move out, because one wrong move and you're out of the game. Someone can just come in, snipe your town center, and you're gone. Freddy Newich having good walls on the side, the front walls are not very good. However, the twist is, like in the last game in Atacama, is you have to stay close to your TC. However, since there are limited resources, you have to also expand to the center. And in the first game, it was the wood, so you really needed to control your base and some part of the center. And here, it's the gold in the center. So you need to control your base and then also expand towards the center. And that will create an interesting dynamic in this game as well. Of course, there's still a hole, so Fuplis poking in with the scout into the base of Fredinowicz and just sees what's going on. Very nice eco setup from Fredinowicz. I think he is the best macro player in our group, for sure. Look at the beautiful farms here. But of course, in free-for-all, anything can happen, and sometimes having the panache to do the right move at the right time is more important than having the best economy. Fredinovic already having a few archers. No upgrades, but those archers are just there to snipe a scout or two should they wander in, as has happened here with Food Please's scout. And Food Please will lose. No, will not lose the scout. That was lucky. That was lucky. And now Freddy finding the hole in the back of his base and walling it accordingly. Now Food Please with, okay, he's doing better walls. What I actually don't like too much is that everyone's starting with palisade walls, and palisade walls are just so weak, so you basically have to do the walling twice, because later on you will have to replace the palisades with stone walls anyways. So I would just say, since everyone's passive anyways, just start with the stone walls and house walls. They're much stronger than the palisades. Let's look at her Akka space. I mean, he has small wall, the woodcutters over here, but he has overchopped already. And yeah, he really needs to think about walling. But I think he's very scared, so he's immediately dropping the castle here next to his town center, which is good. It protects the gold and the stone. I think in the front would have been better, but that is debatable. Food Please, on the other hand, he knows how to play the free-for-all, so he's already collecting the relics. So this relic next to her Akka space already belonging to him. There's another relic over here. Let's look at the other players, what they're doing. Everyone in Castle H right now. And yeah, Freddy not having the monastery, now going for the monastery. And that is the thing. He's very focused on his economy approach, his class economy approach, but you cannot just do the same standard approach because you cannot build any additional town centers. So you need to put your focus maybe on other things like collecting relics earlier, like Food Please is doing, who is getting in this first relic and also getting in the second relic. And now the question is, where are the other relics even? I mean, I see one inside of Fredinovich's base, so that should be his for the taking. And I don't know, I don't see any more relics. Maybe it's only 4 relics, or I don't see it. No one has dared to wander off to the center yet, and that is incredible. So everyone's too scared to lose everything they have. There's the final relic is over here. But yeah, what you have to keep in mind here is that additional victory conditions are in place. So you could build a wonder, or you could collect all relics if you desire. Now this monk over here wants to drop off the relic, but the path has been blocked off in the meantime. So the monk will walk all around the wood line, and maybe there's a hole, but I don't think there is a hole. So I don't know what this pathing is, but maybe it's just the Food Please monk control that's doing this. Or maybe there's a hole. Oh, let's look at this. The monk is coming, and no, it cannot squeeze in between the wood lines. So the monk will continue to path around, just exploring the outside of the walls of Food Please's base. Now finally Food Please deletes the palisade to let the monk in. That is nicely done. Now Fredinovic started to have to reinforce the walls a little bit. He has the houses here, but still so many palisades. Still he has not collected the relic inside his base. He's now going for the university, which is what you need to go up to the Castle Age or the Imperial Age if you do not already have the castle. Now Herr Akka, I think he's maybe too scared. Like his opponents literally have nothing on the map at all, and he's small walling with palisades, like really very tiny base, and it's just so easy. So from the left hand side, Food Please could just right now, if he had built up an army of knights, he could just break in here, kill the TC, and Akka would be GG anyways. So so it's much better to use the stone walls and also a little bit further out, because it just takes much longer to break in. But Akka now having Keshiks out, but yeah, I don't know what the Keshiks give him, because right now there's probably a lot of monks on the field already. And Food Please, yes, doing the stone walls. However, if you look at the position right here, that might just be in range for trebuchets. So you always need to wall very, very big, because trebuchets, especially with Timurid Siegecraft, have just a lot of range. So if Akka has the unique tech, gets 4 traps, on this position, they can just snipe down the town center of Food Please. But of course, you also don't want to overextend, don't want to paint a target on your back. And yeah, some nice big walls here from Food Please now. And he's going and expanding towards the center, and that's what you absolutely need. Now, Heaka, on the other hand, also dropping outposts, which is very, very important. Because you need to have that vision. You need to see whether you're being attacked by someone. Like last game, if you see that Jesse is coming, then you can react and maybe stop him, even though the push was very strong. Now Fredinovic, also starting towards expanding towards the center, has done a little bit of a chicken castle here on the correct ground. And for those of you who don't know, which is probably 2 or 3 players here on this at the Couch Cup, if you build on the correct terrain, your buildings will receive, I think, 20% extra damage from all sources, I believe. But of course, it's cracked ground all over the place, and I don't think it really matters, but it's just a fun little fact. And now Heaka trying to break in here into Fredinović's space, and if he just has, I don't know, 20 Keshiks, he kills this. But Fredinović has the monks, and that is what I said. A lot of monks out, so Keshiks will just be converted. And yes, now for Jesse the Emperor also having a castle right over here. And yes, I think we will see a lot of action soon. It has been calm so far, people just expanding, but I think people are also trying to prepare pushes of their own. So let's see. Let's look into the castle of Food Please. We see he has prepared the Shotel Warriors, and Shotel Warriors have very, very high base attack. And so what might happen is that he just takes the Shotel Warriors, just breaks in. This is what I meant. Like, this is nothing. Basically, this is open, and you can just run in, kill the town center of Heaka. And that's why I said stone walls, stone walls, stone walls. Otherwise, you're dead in an instant. And the same can be said for Fredinović. So Heaka, if he had prepared the Keshiks, he could have killed Fredinović right here and right there. Or just some petards. Some petards, just waltz in, nothing can stop that. So stone walls are a must. And now you can look at the Shotel Warriors. 16 base attack. And yes, buildings have armor, so buildings do resist that a little bit, but 16 is so much that it can just overwhelm buildings. And also, Food Please now researching Arson, and Arson gives you extra attack against buildings. And now let's see what he's doing. Of course, there's another. They're running around the base because the gate wasn't ready in time. But luckily, Food Please has overchopped over here. And yes, so the Shotels, I think they're just going straight for Heaka's base. He's just going there. And at the same time, Fredinović also attacking Heaka. He's playing more of a standard game, just trying to do, I don't know, raiding, slow pushing. I think Fredinović should be more expand his vision to the center and beyond. He doesn't see anything about the other opponent, so he's very much focused on the direct neighbors. Now the Keshiks lose to the crossbowmen, but the Shotel Warriors are coming, and yeah, this is paper thin. They will just break in 3 seconds, and then it's GG for Heaka. And Heaka doesn't realize. He's like, oh yeah, I'm safe, I'm walled, like nothing can break through these paper thin palisade walls. But look at this, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and 5 seconds, and he's through. So 5 seconds, and it wasn't even all of them attacking. And now they're coming, no reaction, no reaction, no reaction. But Freddy, of course, also helping with the crossbowman. Now they run underneath the town center, and oh, they don't. So terrible micro by Food Please. He didn't even like properly let them attack. But yeah, town center already at basically down, and town center down. Heaka defeated. And that's what I meant in the beginning. Like, you're just so fragile. You cannot afford to just wall with palisade walls. If you wall with palisades, you walled twice. Now we have some scorpions out, but that's way too late. Like, and now the Shotels can just go on and try to snipe the next one. And now Food Please has a choice to make. Is he going to send them against Jesse, take out Jesse, and then play a 1v1 against Fredinović? However, I think Fredinovic is in the stronger position because he is untouched. So I would rather see him send it towards Fredinovic and just kill Fredinovic because he also has the paper-thin walls. So with proper micromanagement, Fuplis can kill Fredinovic at this point. 34 Showtime Warriors. He can just run around the Arbalests or Crossbowman, still Crossbowman. Fuplis still in Castle Age. He will find some nice trapped kills if he realizes. But from the dead, Herr Acker still contributing a lot with the Scorpions. That is ridiculous. Oh my god, so much damage here. Ooh, ow, and Fuplis now. He missed his opportunity. He should have gone straight north, just break through here and kill the TC. And that would have been a clear victory. But now he lost his chance. Also, all of these Showtails are pretty weak. So he needs to go for a different strategy. He is stonewalled, but as I said, I think traps can reach the TC from here. Yeah, so, and he also needs to make sure that he expands towards the center so he can get some of this juicy gold. Now, all players are in Imperial Age. Also, Jesse the Emperor, who is going for Knights. Maybe we will see the unique upgrade to Savar in this game. Very, very strong. And if you have, let's say, 30 Savars, you can also just run in and kill your opponent. You have no siege required if you do the proper micromanagement and the proper timing. But now it looks like Fredinovic is in the driving seat. He has the Crossbowman. Britain Crossbowman, 5+6 range. He has all the range upgrades. He doesn't even need Arbalest at this point because the range is enough to just rain down death on Fuplis, who has Scorpions. Yes, but the Scorpions, they're so slow and so cumbersome to micro. Also uphill. Yes, now some nice hits. And the Showtails really, really fast. To be honest here, well, actually, maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe the Arbalest upgrade would have been necessary. The pikes get cleaned by the Showtails, which are not elite yet and are missing some upgrades. But yeah, Fredinovic is pushed back. What is happening there? I think Fredinovic thought the range is all he needed. Still missing chemistry as well. And yeah, he's being pushed. And I think, again, I think Fuplis has... Well, he doesn't have the units at the moment, but if he had the units, he could still run in. Now, Freddy finally covering the flank a little bit with a castle over here. The other flank still open, but we see some stone walls popping up. There's still a lot of weak points in the walls. But yeah, it's getting harder to kill Fredinovic by the minute. Now he's adding stone wall. But that's, again, I don't like these stone walls because you can just sit your traps right here and kill the town center right away. Probably if you have 6 traps, you can probably even do it underneath the castle fire. But that remains to be seen. Now we got Showtime Warriors, Monks, and Scorpions from Fuplis. Freddy now finally going for Arbalest. And what is Jesse doing? I don't know, like, which player should Jesse go for? I'm not sure. I think he should just wait until one player kills the other and then just snipe the remaining player. And that way he can secure 2 points for himself, and I think that's the strategy he's going for. In terms of villages, we have not looked at the economy that much. Let's see who was able to keep the economy running. We have Fredinovic with 59 villages, Fuplis 64, and Jesse the Emperor with 63. So Jesse the Emperor, better economy than Fredinovic. So you see that he has really upped his game from the first rounds. Now he's scouting a little bit. He has a few Cavaliers of the Persians. Still no Savar. And he will probably lose them against the Showtails. But he's just scouting. And we've got some Arbalest and Pikeman raids in the back here from Fredinovic, who is still, in my opinion, in the driving seat. And yeah, I don't know. He could have been sniped down, but now he has reinforced the walls, so I don't think you can do the infantry rush. More walls coming up. Yeah, he's covering his ass a little bit too late, but no one took advantage of it. And now it's getting harder and harder to breach him. So I think at this point, if they want to defeat Fredinovic, probably Jesse the Emperor and Fuplis have to work together a little bit, but Jesse should not overcommit on helping. Maybe just attack a little bit, kill a castle in the center, and that should be enough. But now, because now with all the stone walls, Jesse definitely needs some siege to break in, maybe some petards, 20 petards, and then just bust your way in and kill the town center. I think Fooplease is fumbling a little bit. I don't really know what his strategy is, because you cannot go Mangonels against the Britons. That just does not work because of the extra range. The elite Showtells now, they have a lot of attack, but they need to close the distance. And that's what I meant in the beginning. I think in terms of civs, the Ethiopians, even though they have the faster firing archers and they also get Thumbring, the range of the Britons is just so oppressive in these situations, because they can just camp on a hill and just wait it out. And there's not much that the Ethiopians can do. I mean, bomber cannons with a unique tech would be great, but even they could be sniped down by the arbalest or longbowmen. But still, if you land a few good shots with bomber cannons, I think that could actually equal the playing field. But now we got the secret weapon here against the Britons, which is the battering rams. And you see that the battering rams actually soak up a lot of arrow fire, and that forces Fredinovic to go back a little bit. Now Jesse starting to creep forward towards the center with a castle. So that's what we meant. What we said in the beginning, you need to secure your starting location. Jesse has not stonewalled himself at all, by the way. But then you also need to secure the center to get that juicy gold. And now we got this oppressive Britons position with Warwolf traps on a hill, some melee units in front, and it's really tough. Like, how do you counter this? And yeah, the Rams are doing a good job, but I'm not sure if it's good enough. And yeah, the Mangonels doing doing the job there, and we see some frustration there. And look at this beautiful unit, the Savar of the Persians, the unique unit. I think he's still missing bloodlines, so that's an upgrade in the stable that gives you plus 20 HP. But Savar is super strong, 4 base pierce armor. It has 14 plus 2 attack, and it has 3 melee armor. So it's just a stronger paladin, in my opinion. It has a little bit less HP, but you don't need the HP because you got the attack and the armor.
Frustration is real.
And Jesse is just coming here. He has 3 traps, 3 Persian traps. He has the Savar. And now let's look at the paper thin walls right over here. I spoke too soon earlier. Like, he is not fully stone walled, so he can just break in this palisade. 250 HP. The Savars have 14 plus 2 attack. But he can also wait for the traps. Now, in the meantime, very strong position here by Fredinovic, securing the center. However, this is the dichotomy of these maps. The dichotomy. So you can secure the center, but then you're spreading yourself maybe a little bit too thin, and then your opponents can just come here. And that's the other thing I meant. You can just park your traps here. You don't even need to break in, because the walls are just too far away, and Jesse is doing it. He's unpacking the traps, and he is I don't know, the micro could need some work, but the trap is firing, and the first shots land on the town center. But there are some counter traps, and 2 traps attacking the castle, 1 trap attacking the TC. So no rush, no rush by Jesse the Emperor. And Fredinovic trying to repair the town center. No rush here by Jesse the Emperor. Fredinovic still, I don't know, I don't think he knows what he's doing at this moment, because he has nothing left. The Savar clean all the pikemen, and I think the town center will just go down. There's still a trap firing on Jesse's traps. But yeah, Jesse needs to make sure that he's also ready to take on Fooplease right after. So that's the one thing that broke him in the last game. And Fooplease now has the free boom, has the free growth here. But I think that this is the end for Fredinovic. The Savar are actually underneath this town center. Unstoppable Savar. And only one trap firing on a TC, so there's no rush here by Jesse the Emperor. But I think he needs to already get ready. He's already a little bit too late. He needs to get ready to strike at Food Please, who has a much better wall setup. So there's no easy position to have your traps up right there. And yeah, that's it for Fredinovic. He's just out. And as I said, yeah, all these walls completely useless because these walls were not too far. And even if they were only palisade walls. You can just run in. Traps not even needed in this case. And now it is a 1v1 Food Please versus Jesse the Emperor. But I think look at the siege train by Food Please with the Ethiopians. He has the Shotel Warriors and he has the Siege Rams. And he's chewing towards the base of Jesse the Emperor. And Jesse needs the Bloodlines upgrade for sure. But then he also needs a plan to break a Food Please. Maybe he's just running past everything. Oh, but he should not lose his whole army here. But it looks like he's running past everything, and this could work if he does the proper micromanagement. But the walls are coming down. The walls are coming down. No, not in time. And if he just clicks the units underneath the town center of Food Please, he can just win this game right here, right now. But it looks like the pathing is a little bit weird.
Panic.
Well played,
And we see some panic walls, and I don't think Jesse knows how to properly micro the units underneath the town center. We got the panic walls down, very nicely done. Still, this is a very, very nice reaction there by Food Please. Making sure that Jesse the Emperor is not able to kill his town center right there with the Savar, which was very, very close. I think he was just a little bit too slow. Probably he didn't have Husbandry, also didn't have Bloodlines, so he really needs to work on those upgrades. And but almost killing the town center here of Food Please, taking a good chunk of hit points away. But now Food Please is in the driver's seat right there. He has the traps, he has the Shotel Warriors. Jesse sending in some Stray Savar, but it's fully walled already. You don't send those in. Now you need a different approach. In terms of economy, Jesse the Emperor only has 51 villagers at this point, so he has lost a few, whereas Food Please has 85. So basically fully boomed economy. Now Jesse also going towards the right, trying to expand, but his base is not walled at all, so it's just a quick snipe away from him being defeated. So again, Jesse coming very, very close to winning this game, but he was just a little bit too focused on Fredinovic in the end. Maybe he struck too early, I would say. He should have waited a little bit longer, build up the forces, get the final upgrades before striking. And now we have this big mass of units, a conventional push by Food Please, who's not taking any risks anymore. He knows he got this if he doesn't do any mistakes anymore. Even though the Savar are just so freaking strong, even missing upgrades doesn't matter, they're so strong. They just eat the super strong Shotel Warriors alive anyways. And that's what you see here. Although the micro now is very, very bad, so losing a lot of the Savar, losing the castle, and yeah, it's now only a matter of time until the town center of Jesse the Emperor will be down. And ladies and gentlemen, this looks like it's gonna be the first 2 points for Food Please. Almost again 0 points, but he clutched it out in the end. He listened to the commentary and did the proper moves. But still, a surprising lack of proper walling of the players. And that's what was the downfall of both Akka and also Fredinovic, and almost the downfall of Food Please, who didn't have the front of his base walled properly. Just have a gate there. Your units can pass through there. Jesse still sending in a few Savar, but his town center goes down, and we have the winner, which is Food Please. Let's quickly look at the timeline. And yeah, timeline is interesting because it's very, very equal, but we saw how Akka just went down so quickly in the beginning, and also Fredinovic having the weak spot. And so well played, and Jesse again almost winning. I think Jesse could take the next one, and I hope to see you then.